for my morning walk. I hope y'all are all doing as awesome as I am. As y'all can see, I got my hair braided, my real hair now, braided. And I had a few things to add in with some braiding hair. If you guys can really see that blue and that periwinkle, my mom, she did an excellent job. Now, I got my relaxer right on the day that I did my interview with Rico King. And then that Thursday, which was what, the 20th? Yes. I got my hair braided in the morning. That was the day that I did the interview with E.J. Wilson, which you guys can go and check out. And I'm going to be reviewing that interview. But today's morning walks and rants and talks, of course, is political. We're going to dive right into it. So, let me get my notes here. Orange Piggy asked Republican voters while he was campaigning in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, which is not far from me, to pretend that he's on the ballot in November. And this is all while campaigning for somebody who is not even qualified to do her fucking job. She is a Nepo hire because her brother served in Senate. And that would be Darlene Graham, who is the sister of Lindsey Graham, sworn in by Henry McMaster, our governor for South Carolina, and Donald Trump. This woman has no experience. The same way Donald Trump's blanket or his personal blankie, Natalie Hart, the woman who he's having an affair with, let's just call a spade a spade. And then Melania miraculously just pops up out of nowhere asking if we missed her. No, bitch, we don't miss you. And we damn sure want your husband gone. Okay, because what he's doing is fucking up this country. No, bitch, we don't miss you. We know you pissed off because your husband is having an affair with his personal blankie, which is Natalie Hart. And Jon Ossoff clocked it. And now he's attacking Jon Ossoff on Truth Social. So no. Anyways, November 3rd is the number that Republicans fear. They fear it because it's going to be, and I can predict, maybe a massive blue wave. Who's to say? My party, the Republican Party, not Republican Party, excuse me, the Democratic Party. I would never be a Republican. Let me make that very clear. My party, the Democratic Party, you have people like Hakeem Jeffries out here changing his stance on Medicare for all. When you were all about people being able to afford things. But see, I can't expect anything less from Hakeem Jeffries because Hakeem Jeffries is a centrist. Keep in mind, you literally had to fight tooth and nail to say, would you endorse Zoran? It's the same for Angie Dixon in Florida. Y'all have this Afro-Latino son of immigrants, Byron Donalds out here playing in our goddamn face. Republicans only see their version of reality. I said I was going to do a live talking about how cults work, mainly Jim Jones. And I'm going to make the connection to MAGA. Jim Jones indoctrinated his followers in the People's Temple through a gradual process of baking in isolation, exhaustion, idealism, psychological control, and fake fraudulent miracles, faith healings. Peep this, y'all. Did y'all know this? Using chicken gizzards. He tricked them into saying that they give him superpowers. So do y'all see where I'm going with this? How MAGA is working and how they're operating? They literally believed Donald Trump. He can tell them that, oh, the sky is orange. When we can clearly see, look up at the sky is blue or gray. Because we got some rain yesterday down here in the Carolinas. It is foggy outside. So y'all seeing what I'm seeing. What color are these flowers? These flowers are pink. Donald Trump will tell his flowers, tell his followers, excuse me, I can't speak today. I think Bubs the God is in here somewhere in this live. Bubs, come on out if you in here. Y'all see the pink flowers. Oh my God. Donald Trump will tell his followers, no, see, Bubs is rubbing off on me. The flowers are green. That's what Donald Trump will tell his followers, that the flowers are green. They're pink when we can clearly see that. Do y'all see how dangerous religious indoctrination and white Christian nationalism, and I'm in an ultra red state, and I have shown y'all, guess where we're heading to, and I walk down here every morning just to prove my point. And I know it's dangerous. Y'all are fearful of me and for me and, you know, making sure that I'm safe. But trust me, ain't nobody gonna roll up on a 204-pound, 5'7", tall black transgender woman. Ain't nobody gonna roll up on me at all. You know, God got me, I'm protected. Let me not say that, because see, that's what they're doing right now, is they are weaponizing Christianity. They are demonizing marginalized groups. And those marginalized groups are us trans people. I didn't even really want to touch on this, but the Sydney Star situation, like, it shocked me, the bombshell that came out about her. And we're not going to do the misgendering, because when that came out, I know that it was a lot of people in the comments who were being ultra transphobic. Not on my watch will I sit back and I watch people within my community basically tear down each other, and not just that, but demonize other marginalized groups or try to exclude other marginalized groups. Amir Odom, I hope you're paying attention, because we got something for your ass tomorrow on the panel, mainly me. I'm gonna wear you out, period. Enough is enough with the black bootlickers. And Theo E.J. Wilson made an excellent point. You know, hey, you got to do whatever you got to do to get that money, to get that mucho dinero. And speaking of money, the Supreme Court basically ruled that Donald Trump can continue on with the building of his $430 million gaudy-ass gilded ballroom. And I already told y'all what this man plans to do. He has no intentions on leaving. Oh, wow, how beautiful. 250 years. A 250-year celebration. Didn't we talk about this on my show? I am on the military walkway. And y'all see this? See the statues, see the troops, see all of that? And this is a majority white neighborhood right here. My aunt is on this side of town. It's black people over here, but the majority of it, all the way back there, on this side, our schools are back there, those are white neighborhoods. Yeah, you have pieces of black people who are in the upper echelon, who stay back there. I told you about my school teacher's mother-in-law, how she treated me in the store when I hugged her, when I reached out to hug her. She continued to pick up her cube steak. She didn't reach her arms back out and hug me. And she's black. I think the colorful hair, the nails, and just my whole look from how I used to look might have thrown her. That could be it. But there are black people who are prejudiced towards LGBT people in my state of South Carolina. Like Amir Odom said, if you're not a normal gay, then that's the treatment that you'll get. That's the treatment that I've been subjected to. And actually, there are some men down here who are trans attracted. They stare, I get the stares. Yes, I do. Y'all see how men interact with me, even in the mornings when I'm doing my morning walks, where I say, oh, I got a code switch. And from the grocery stores, men hold the door open. I mean, I love it. But what I hate is that we have people that look like us who are being prejudiced toward their own kind just because their gender identity is different, because they don't pray and worship like you do. But do y'all see what religious indoctrination has done? Religious indoctrination is a virus, the same way white Christian nationalism is a virus. And what Donald Trump is a symptom of what's wrong with America. What he did was he shined a light so that we could see the people who we thought were our friends and could relate to us on, wanting a better future or affordability. Because Black people, let's be very clear, we didn't vote for people to suffer. We voted to help everyone. And now we are seeing some of you guys' wives being deported out the country, snatched up and detained. I mean, let's be very clear. Donald Trump to pay $5 million to Liberia in exchange to accept 1,200. Now, here's the thing. The third count sending 20 people to Liberia, Cuba, and Venezuela. They basically are paying people to self-deport. Did y'all see that video? And they gave them a bottle of water. Whoop-de-fucking-do. $65 in a bottle of water. That's what I'm saying. You have to resist fascism. You have to resist it. Let them lock you up. Let them jail you. Let them do what they want to do. They doing this shit to try to intimidate you. But it's not working. And Deshaun knows that I hate it when he brings it up all the time, where we talk about a simulation. I'm going to continue to resist. Even if it's the risk of you losing your platform, you continue to use your voice and push back, which is why Donald Trump is going after Brian Tyler Cohen, because Brian Tyler Cohen is giving people the truth. Independent journalists or independent influencers, such as myself, such as Conscious TV, such as Bubs the God, such as L. Teddy, such as Alvin, Tit for Tat, this or that, Deshaun Stallings, Theo E.J. Wilson, who I had the pleasure of sitting down with, and I wish it could have been longer. I'm going to reach out to him and message him on our part 2. He has his way of fighting, and I have my way of fighting. I'm the type that's nuck if you buck. I want the violence. What did Malcolm X say? By any means necessary. Period. And I look to the people like Marcus Garvey, Nat Turner, Harriet Tubman. If you are not causing a disruptance or being defiant, you are complicit. And I'm not going to be complicit to fascism. And I'll be damned if I'm spending my hard-earned tax-paying money and my money is going to fund the oppression of myself or other people who look like me, Black people. Speaking of oppression and buck dancers and bootlickers, Pastor Lorenzo is out here with the well-known white supremacist. And he stood up at that town hall and said exactly what they're all thinking. Y'all know exactly who I'm talking about, because he had the audacity to show up at Culture's Blackest Night, an event. Jake Lang, Chud the Builder, is out, but I can guarantee you that Chud probably violated his parole. That judge slapped him with a gag order. And an hour. You got a curfew now. Judge said you can't follow the rules? No problem. And if you follow people like Jew Almighty, then you will understand exactly what I'm talking about. It's sad to see people, who look like you, sell their own people out. And I say it all the time. We know exactly what Harriet Tubman would do with somebody like a Pastor Lorenzo, like a Byron Donalds, like a Tim Scott from my city of South Carolina, like a Wesley Hunt, an Amir Odom. Anybody like that who is a detriment to the Black race, we know exactly what Harriet Tubman would do. We know exactly what she would do. I mean, it just breaks my heart because people are out here suffering. And what I mean is in Gary, Indiana, the residents out there could face up to 2 weeks without power. And I can guarantee you that the majority of people that are white in Indiana, imagine how they voted. Imagine how they voted. I, for the life of me, cannot understand how people could vote against their own goddamn interest. I just don't understand it. You have this man dismantling the international circuit courts so that Bibi Netanyahu or any other authoritarian leader or war criminal couldn't be punished. What he's doing is the door is open for fascism. We're under a dictatorship. The same way Jim Jones said, if you do this, if you donate to me, if you do this, and what did he do? He stole from his followers. So I told y'all I was going to do a brief lesson on how cults work, because Donald Trump's movement, MAGA, it's not just a normal political movement. Whereas Kamala called us what? The joyful warriors. We're not sycophants like his base is. His base will go by any means necessary to cause harm to people if they speak out or critique Donald Trump in any way, shape, form, or fashion. The same way Scott Jennings is on CNN. The same way you see all of these other conservatives go on Fox News, News Nation, Newsmax, and they're being racist. They're blaming brown people for measles. When we know that brown people are not the issue here. People of color, BIPOC, LGBT people are not the issue here, even though we've had a little portion vote for Donald Trump. We know who the real issue here. Donald Trump is a symptom of partially what's going on in America. White supremacy is a virus. It is a plague. And until we fix it, we're going to be stuck here another 400 years. It all begins with us. And us having to use the forces that be within us. That's what it's about. A white gentleman just walked by. Now y'all see what I'm saying? I'm gonna turn the camera a little bit so y'all can see it. This to show that this is an all white neighborhood over here where I'm at. Y'all seeing that there? Yeah. It is dangerous being black, trans, and a woman in the red state of South Carolina. And I'm constantly having to demand my respect, constantly having to prove myself. And I'm the only one down here that's doing something like this on an international level, interviewing celebrities, and I've had so many guests on the show. But I'm not going nowhere no time soon, so don't fear for my safety. I will be okay. And I'm going to continue to keep resisting everything that this regime is trying to push out and weaponize and demonize people. Because let's be clear, even as it pertains to the whole Sydney Star situation, I think what that did was it put a target that is already placed on the backs of trans people, where we're literally having our rights stripped away from us. That just gave them a one-up. And what I mean by that is it puts an even more dangerous target on our backs. When we're literally, they're going to loop us all in right with her. You know how the saying goes, one bad apple spoils the bunch. That's how I feel about it. We're literally fighting for survival, as Theo said when he was on the show Thursday. Black people, trans people, we are fighting to have our existence. More than anything, chicken did. Hold on one sec. There we go. Got a troll this morning. But back to what I was saying though. We're fighting for survival. We're fighting for our existence. We're fighting for equality. And the fight will continue on. Because Republicans They're not interested in benefiting nobody but the 1%. The 1% is whom? Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Peter Thiel, who also fled the country, by the way, Donald Trump, Don and Eric, Melania. Those are the only ones who are benefiting from this. The side chick, too, Natalie Hart. So until we find a cure for the sickness in this country, which is white supremacy, which is white Christian nationalism, transphobia, homophobia, biphobia, we're going to be stuck here another 400 years. And tomorrow we're going to be diving deep into tokenism on the panel on Alvin, Tit this and that. One of my colleagues, the Short Set family, Bubs, Deshaun, Harold, Spicy, everybody. The part of the issue is you don't want to see trans people or queer people or black people or immigrants as human beings. You want us to be treated as second-class citizens. And I'm in South Carolina. So I can guarantee you, these white people, these crackers will smile in your goddamn face. And then when your back is turned, what they will do is they'll go in that voting booth and they will nicely press R or red for Republicans. That's what they'll do. And I take shit that they say with a grain of salt. No, I didn't vote for this. Yes, you did. This man has vowed that he is not going to leave. So what are y'all going to do when November 3rd gets here and the race is called and it is not him? Do you think he's just going to pack his belongings up, the gold plaques, the gold everything? Because keep in mind, he remodeled the whole entire White House and got all that gaudy gold shit up in there. You think he's just going to pack all of that up and leave? No. He's turned the White House into Mar-a-Lago. He's not leaving peacefully. And it's going to have to come down to one or two things. By choice or by force. And black people ain't risking our bodies or our lives because y'all decided to vote to elect a 34-time convicted fucking thing. And that is a pedophile who is openly a white supremacist. Put him back in office a second term. That's what y'all decided to do. So y'all think he's going to leave peacefully? You are sadly mistaken. I'm here to tell you that Donald Trump is not leaving. And next up in line is couch fucker Vance, J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance said, in quote, he would not certify the election results because that's what the vice president is supposed to do. They're supposed to be the tiebreaker. He's not going to do what Mike Pence did. And go back and look at that debate with Tim Walz on stage for what he said. When Tim Walz asked him, hey, did Donald Trump win or lose the 2020 election? What was his response? I care about the future. No, motherfucker, we're not talking about the future. Did he win or lose the 2020 election? Even some of the people at their hearings that he had to get sworn in let you know openly, I answered your question. They'll get snappy, they'll get testy with you. But see, you have to fight fire with fire and push back against them. And I'm one person that's not going to bend or conform to white Christian nationalism, white supremacy, because it has Black America in a chokehold. So when we say that Black fatigue is real, it is very real. Black people, we tired. We are tired. Every day we're having to look over our shoulders. We're having to, what do they tell us all the time, as I stated on the show Thursday with Theo, pick ourselves up by the bootstraps. God knows we have a lot of work to do. And it is going to be fixing the end war that is going on within our people, Black people, And it is also going to have to be white supremacists, white people looking at the fact that y'all have more privilege than us, looking at the fact that y'all can go home comfortably. Y'all don't really get pulled over by police and questioned. What are you doing in this neighborhood, boy? What are you doing in this neighborhood, girl? Y'all don't show up missing or strung up from trees. In fact, y'all were the colonizers that sat there and watched our ancestors strung up from trees. And it's no coincidence that 22 black people have been strung up from trees because of the climate that Donald Trump created. So Jim Crow is not gone. It's still here. And I'm in the red state of South Carolina, where white supremacy is quiet, but it's loud. The prejudice is loud. So the question comes to beg to differ. What are you going to do about it? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue to keep using my black voice. I'm going to continue to keep spitting truth to power and facts. And one thing I'm not going to do is sit up here and argue with a fucking conservative because I fucking hate conservatives. I hate Republicans too. Just so we're clear. I'm not going to debate you. I'm just going to block you. And then I'm going to curse you out and talk shit about you. I'm going to roast you every chance I get. And that goes for Donald Trump. Every chance you get up and you make a comment, I'm going to be right there, right on your ass, roasting you. You ain't yet turned not near a single iota of a fuck down here to South Carolina. Send your ICE agents. Send your people who are locking people up for critiquing you. Send your people. The intimidation tactics, or what is called for Republicans is the Red Scare, where they can weaponize and demonize any other group. It's the trans people. It's the black people. It's the disabled people. It's Biden. But we're going to blame Biden. They're blaming everybody else but themselves for their fuck-ups. They're responsible for it. Joe Biden is not the president. Orange Piggy is. So let's make that very clear. Okay? It's getting tired, really, of the act of blaming Joe Biden for shit. He's not even in office. He's not even in office. So if you should be blaming anybody, you should be blaming the current occupant of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Stop playing in our faces, as I stated and titled in one of my previous lives. But you know what? Midterms are approaching, and I say burn it down. Burn it all down. It's going to have to come down sooner or later because colonialism, imperialism, capitalism, white supremacy, religious indoctrination, queerphobia, misogyny, patriarchy, transphobia, xenophobia has people in a chokehold right now. So it's going to have to come down. Remember I talked about the rise and fall of the Roman Empire in one of my previous lives. Go and check that out. I'm a historian at that. And keep in mind, I'm only 32 years old. Y'all would think that I'm younger than I am. But this comes from doing the research and understanding how governments should work. Because what they're doing, we're not slipping into authoritarianism. We're already here. And I will close out with that. I have to go to the store. Today I'm supposed to be going to the hairdresser. New looks are coming soon. Yes, it's very special thank you to Ashley and my team of women who make me look amazing. And I will see y'all tomorrow as well on Alvin Tit for Tat, This or That's panel at 6 p.m. I'll talk with y'all soon.